Welcome to this studio recorder video from the American Printing House for the Blind. I'm your host, Rob Meredith, a software developer here at APH. Today, we'll show you how to save and export your work. First, what is the difference between saving and exporting? Saving is when you write a .wav file to disk, either for part of your project or the completed project. No quality is lost when you save, since an uncompressed WAV file is used. Exporting involves converting a file to an MP3 file, which is fine for distribution, but never appropriate for interim parts of a project. This is because quality is lost with MP3 files. To save a document, press Ctrl+S.
File name : save as dialog. File name : edit combo. Document 3.wav.
You'll see a normal Save As dialog if this is the first time you press Ctrl+S. The Save As dialog is similar to Save As dialogs in other applications. You would normally select a folder and type a file name and press Enter. But first, let's talk about file types. By default, Studio Recorder saves your file as a .wav file. This is generally what you want. In Studio Recorder, these files can be of any size, up to the limits of your hard drive space. This is because Studio Recorder uses what we call a WAV/RF64 file. If the data were too large to fit in a regular .wav file, an RF64 file is used, which has the same extension. You may also save your document in a Sony W64 file. These are less common, but the feature is available if you need it. Type your file name and press Enter. I typed the word test. We press Enter.
Test.wav star.
When you hear the beep, your file has been saved. Once your file has been saved, you can press Ctrl+S to save subsequent changes. This time, the file will be saved immediately, since you've already gotten through the information gathered by Save As. To export a document to an MP3 file, you use the Export to MP3 command on the File menu, or press Alt-F followed by E.
File menu. New Ctrl+N. Leaving menus. File name : export to MP3 dialog. File name : edit combo. Test.mp3.
Here we see a normal Save As type dialog, where we select our folder and type our file name. Test.mp3 is already selected in my case, so I'll just press Enter to accept it.
Test.wav. Use variable bitrate left parent VBR right parent encoding checkbox not checked. Select MP3 encoder parameters dialog.
You're then presented with the MP3 encoder parameters dialog. In most cases, you'll just be concerned with the first two controls. We first have the VBR checkbox. If you don't know what VBR is, variable bitrate encoding, leave this unchecked. Then we have the
Bitrate : combo box. Less default.
bitrate, which is the most common parameter of an MP3 file. It controls the quality more than any other setting here. The default is to use 128K. 128K bitrate MP3 files, however, in modern times, are of fairly low quality. We recommend using a bitrate of at least 192K for stereo files and at least 96K for mono files. Choose your bitrate and press Enter, leaving, in most cases, the rest of the controls set to their defaults, unless you really know what you're doing.
Test.wav left parent busy right parent.
When you hear the beep, your file has been exported to MP3. This has been a Studio Recorder video from the American Printing House for the Blind.